college applications opened, everyone gathered around my younger twin sister, Madison Sullivan. Our older brother, Tyler Sullivan, pointed at the top university on the list. Obviously, you're applying to Crestview University. You'll be my little sister on campus, and I will look out for you. Our childhood friend, Brandon Carter, slid another brochure across the table. Ignore him. Come to Kingston and Arlington instead. We can spend another 4 years together. Mom and Dad smiled in agreement. Being in Arlington would be perfect. You'll have people taking care of you there, and we'll have peace of mind. Only after a long while did they remember I had taken the SAT too. Your score isn't as good as Maddie's. Just pick any school in Arlington. Tyler didn't even look up as he added, that way all 4 of us will be in the same city. We can get together on weekends. Brandon sighed impatiently. There's only half an hour left before submissions close. Don't be careless and forget something again. I tightened my grip on the application guide. When they played make-believe as children, Madison was always the princess everyone rushed to rescue. Tyler was the loyal knight willing to die for her, while Brandon was the prince who would cross mountains and oceans to save her. And I was always cast as the wicked witch no one wanted. It turned out growing up hadn't changed anything at all. If no one wanted me around, then I would choose the school farthest from home. From now on, mountains and miles would stand between us. When I didn't answer right away, my childhood friend Brandon Carter urged me on. Maddie and I both put down Crestview University. Hurry up and pick a school in Arlington. I stared at the number on my screen, 1,560. There wasn't a trace of joy in me. I'd outperformed myself on the SAT. My score was higher than every practice test I'd taken before. The 2 elite universities they'd just spent so long discussing, I qualified for both of them. I couldn't stop myself from asking, you always said Kingston University was your dream school. Are you really not going anymore? Brandon froze. Then he let out a scoff, as though the answer were obvious. What's the difference between Kingston and Crestview? The important thing is where Maddie wants to go. Brandon had told me countless times that Kingston University was the school of his dreams, and yet all it took was one sentence from Madison for him to give it up. Suddenly, even the last traces of attachment I still felt seemed laughable. Silently, I moved my cursor to the very top of the list. Then I typed into the search bar, South Coast University. It was a university on the southern edge of the country, more than 700 miles from home. Click, submit, confirm, just like that. After we'd finished submitting our applications, Mom and Dad each sent Madison and me a cash gift. The moment Madison opened hers, she wrapped herself around Mom's arm with a grin. I knew Mom loved me the most. Then, out of habit, she turned to me. How much did Dad send you? I opened the transfer notification and answered flatly, $200. Madison lit up instantly. Even so, she still put on the act of being the thoughtful little sister. Mom and Dad were probably worried you'd spend money recklessly, so they transferred the full $20,000 to me instead. If there's anything you want to buy later, just tell me. Mom reached over and tapped the tip of her nose affectionately. That money is your reward for scoring 1,480 on the SAT. Spend it however you want. Then she turned toward me. As for you, I don't even want to talk about a score in the 1,300s. You've always lagged behind your sister. Once you get to college, you can't afford to slack off. Madison immediately grabbed Mom's arm and shook it. Mom, Ashley already did amazing just getting into college. You're not allowed to nag her anymore. I probably should have hated Madison. She shone too brightly. Brightly enough that everyone who met her couldn't help but love her more. Not good enough to be obvious. Not bad enough to be unforgivable. Tyler walked over with a smile, carrying 2 gift boxes. The pink one was for Madison. The gray one was for me. Inside mine was an e-reader. Before I even had time to feel touched, Madison threw her arms around Tyler excitedly. I knew you loved me the most, Tyler. You actually bought me the newest laptop. Brandon looked over in surprise. That one retails for $2,800 on the official site.